Sell me this pen. I've been asked this question 3 times in my entire sales career. Twice at an interview for a sales position, and once by a prospect CEO of a $200 million company. The one that really stands out is one of the sales interviews. I arrived for the interview on time, but the GM wasn't there yet. After 20 minutes past the interview time, he called and asked his secretary to interview me. She told me the GM asked her to tell me to sell her this pen. I felt a little insulted that he would get his secretary to handle the interview, especially with that question. And he was the one running late from lunch, not an appointment. But it's still a good question, not because it's tough, but because it's easy, and if someone doesn't know the answer, then they probably don't know the basics of selling. It comes down to 2 simple foundations. You have to have confidence, and you have to know the buyer. I'm going to give you the right sales structure to respond perfectly every single time. And this structure is for almost every product or service being sold. If you start to describe how smooth the pen feels and how shiny the pen looks, not only will you not get the job, you also suck as a salesperson. Salespeople who are willing and effective closers are in the highest demand. If you want to sell the pen, you ask the buyer questions. You ask him how long he's been looking for a pen, why he wants a pen, what owning a pen means to him. If someone starts asking questions instead of looking for the pen's USPs, you can be sure he has high quality sales skills. For example, you might say, to help me understand better how my product might help you, I'd love to learn more about how you use a pen during your daily routine. When do you rely most on the pen during the day? When was the last time you used a pen? What was satisfying about the experience? What was lacking or frustrating? Then, you can play off the answer to emphasize some features of your pen that might help them with their activities. For example, if they mention taking notes at meetings as a priority, then you might mention in response that your pen has a fine point and non-smearing ink, which would enable her to take legible notes. If they say they're frustrated by pens that don't write on certain surfaces or easily run out of ink, you could emphasize how freely the ink flows from your pen and the large capacity of ink available. So, why does it matter to sell me this pen? At first, I didn't realize why it mattered. It seemed like a silly question. When you become good at answering this question, you actually become a great sales professional. There's exactly 4 sales skills that matter: how you gather information, how you respond to information, how you deliver information, and how you ask for something. So, here's exactly what happened and how I responded to the secretary. She said, "My boss told me to get you to sell me this pen." Hands me the pen. I slowly rolled the pen between my index and thumb fingers. "When was the last time you used a pen?" "This morning." "Do you remember what kind of pen that was?" She says, "No." "Do you remember why you were using it to write?" She says, "Yes, filling in customer contracts." I say, "That's the best use of a pen," and I smile. "Wouldn't you say that those new customer contracts are important for the business and everything needs to be neat and legible? Then you always need a pen handy with you, right?" What I mean by that is, here you are with customer contracts, a vitally important and crucial event, and we never give any thought to the pens we use, but for what you need, you must have a reliable pen, one that writes clearly all the time without spots, bleeds, or inconsistent flows of ink. Wouldn't you agree? She says yes. Then I say, "This is the pen for exactly that. It's a necessary tool that you use for work. I see you have a couple of customer forms on your desk. What would you use to fill in those right now?" She said, "I'd have to find one. There isn't one here on this desk." "Well, how much would you pay for a pen like that?" She says, "I don't know. Maybe a couple bucks." I said, "Excellent. This is my last pen. I've been selling them all day for $2.99. But since you need this now and it's my last one, you can have it for $1.99. Deal?" She says, "Yeah, okay, sure." I say, "Sold." She says, "Wait, you didn't sell me the pen. You're supposed to tell me all about it. I'm going to tell my boss that you didn't sell me the pen." I said, "No problem. I didn't sell you the pen. You're right. I helped you buy the pen. You can tell your boss that. And by the way, I'm leaving now. Goodbye." "Wait, don't you want to interview and work here?" I said, "No, not really. Goodbye." You see how simple that was? All 4 sales skills were displayed. Here's the simple sales framework that I used to answer, "Sell me this pen." Find out how they use the pen the last time. Emphasize importance of an activity that they last used the pen. sell something bigger than the pen like a state of mind, ask for the buy. Close them. Remember, it's not about actually selling a pen, it's about showing how well you can sell a product. And even though there are hundreds of answers to this question, it's easy with this simple formula.